The storm is raging hard. The thunderclaps are loud. There's nothing I cannot do.
Okay, we're back in the studio again. Like you know, I'm Confidence King Raphael. I'm having a wonderful guest in the studio today, and it's a person of Dr. Adeyemi Oginni. Dr. Adeyemi Oginni is a lecturer in a prestigious university in the heart of Nigeria, West Africa. And funny enough, she's a lady and a PhD holder, that is a doctor, and she's come up with something very unique, something very special, and that's why we're having her today in the studio. And Dr. Yemi is also a businesswoman, for you to know that, and she's been able to marry so many things together. And also during this lockdown, she came out with something very unique. She's one of those people that triumphed over the lockdown and never allowed the lockdown to lock her down.
Yeah.
So she has something very good for us to know about and for us to have access to. So we're going to be meeting Dr. Adeyemi Oginni. So nice to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So let's know about you.
Okay, my name is Dr. Adeyemi Oginni, like you likely said. I work at the University of Lagos at the Department of Architecture. I teach climatology and sustainability. I've been a musical person all my life. I can't imagine my life without music. I was that toddler that would run around and scream all the time, you know, at home and all that. So music has been a part of me. I did a few performances in University of Lagos when I was in my undergraduate days with Professor Albert.
Wow.
Oikilome. I, did some functions with him, but basically I have been doing background stuff.
Wow.
No.
So you can say all that music has been part of you,
me,
inside you.
Yes.
So that inspiration has been from birth.
It's been from birth.
One of your potentials, and
Yes,
you're coming out to explore it. Okay, now you just released a single, and what actually inspired that single?
Okay, Stand By You came out of a time when I was going through a serious trial in my life. I wasn't in the country at that time, and I was actually heavy. I was going to put to bed. I just knew, just by premonition, that I needed to be out of the country because I'd had previous births in Nigeria and there was no problem. But there was this premonition on me then that don't have this one here, and doing that at maybe like 5 months going, that was strange. My husband was like, how can you just wake up one day and say you're traveling and you're going with my baby, so it was tough, getting family to understand. I didn't know why I needed to be out of the country. All I knew was when I touched down in the States and God ministered to me, because I have a relationship with God, so I know how he speaks to me. And he told me, your husband isn't going to cover this course, I am. And I said, no, you're not going there. No, you're not going there. Because I was like, no, we've planned how we're going to do it, and all that. And that was what he said to me. And another voice said, why don't you just accept what he said first? So I said, okay, I accept, the promise. And, fast forward to, the night before the delivery, I went into major complications, running to the hospital and all that, bleeding and what's going on. And the baby's heartbeat was lost, as in we couldn't get it on the radar. So when they tried to get it, the intravenous, they found out that the bag of water had burst days before. The baby was suffocating and my BP was hitting 180, and that's eclampsia. Yes, and all that. So I was rushed in for an emergency surgery, and I came out of the surgery like, what just happened? Because this was not something I was privy to. All that happened really fast, and then the baby was out, and my baby was there burping feces because she had swallowed up feces, and it was a tough one. And then when we left the hospital, and then the bills came, that was the slammer. $16,000 plus, and I was like, boom, because I had a hard time getting my husband to even let me go for much less than that. Now with this bill, I'm like, no,
you're
God,
left alone.
I'm on my own. I had to lift up the bill and say, God, you got to take this. You told me you were going to handle this, so this is your bill. You got to take it. And after about 2 weeks of wondering, going back and forth, how are we going to do this, and all that, I decided to write the hospital, because there's a little part there, any issues, contact us, and let them know that, hey, I'm a civil servant for my country. This is how we plan to pay the bills, but we went into an emergency. We weren't prepared for it and all that. So the hospital, after about 2 or 3 correspondents, going back and forth and all that, the hospital now sent, a letter to us saying that, hey, we decided to give you 100%
Wow.
rebate over all the
Wow.
costs, and right from birth till the child is 1 year, you can come free of charge.
Oh, interesting.
So that was overwhelming. That night, when I was in the presence of God, I was just like, God, you just blew me over.
You're mine.
Like you blew me. So Stand By You just came right out of me like that.
God actually stood
He
by you
stood by
during the
me.
period, and
funny enough, that's what you see. But I saw it like I stood by him. His word.
wow.
He said I was going to pay it. You understand? So you can stand on his word. Whatever he says to you, even if you're going through something that is 100% totally different from what he planned, but you can stand by him, his word. So
Wow.
that's why. Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot, a lot of interesting storyline about this Stand By You. Now, Stand By You has been doing wonders. We've heard people. I've listened to it personally. I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is great from you. And you know, you've left the music scene for a while now. How come you're able to come out and put up something like that so soon, within a short while?
In a short while. Well, this COVID-19 period, we're in isolation. Before then, 2 years ago, I tried, to release like one album single as well, but it didn't get far, didn't get anywhere. So, but when the isolation period came up, I just decided, hey, I'm not going to be isolated doing nothing.
Wow.
So the weekend when we were supposed to go, I ran into the studio and I did Stand By You. And then when the ban was lifted,
Yeah.
I went in for a second. So Stand By You, I think this period was like, hey, I had something that took me through a storm. Let me give people this, because we're all going through different types of storms right now. Some are it's the isolation, some is the financial burden, some are actually going through COVID-19 itself, the pandemic. So this period, I'm trying to show people like this is how I got through my storm. You can get through yours by standing by him.
Wow, that is a lot interesting as well. So you can get through standing by him, because if you stand by him, definitely he's gonna stand by you.
Yeah.
And when God is standing by you, you're sure you're a winner, like 100% winner. Now you've been into this, and a lot of interest, a lot of amazing stuff coming out from the music. How will you now relate? How will you relate your music experience so far?
Okay, so far I wish it was more, that I had more concentration on it. I've been having breaks in between, like going in and coming out, training and all that, but it hasn't been full-fledged, because with my PhD and my mothering and nursing and all that, I haven't been able to give it 100%. But I think now, being able to come out with Stand By You, I think I'm going to give it more focus.
Okay, do you want to go far with, how do you see Stand By You going, like the single? Now, how far do you see Stand By You traveling?
I want Stand By You to get as far as people are. Anywhere there's energy, oxygen,
Wow.
anywhere there's a need, anywhere anybody needs encouragement, I want it to go that far. So, and I think whatever I need to do to make sure it does that, I'm ready to do so.
Really?
Yes.
Now, do you intend to come and stay in this music industry, or you just want to come, give us one release, Stand By You, and no, yeah, we're not seeing Dr. Yemi anymore again, and like some
That's
do,
a big
or
question.
it's just you want to be there in the industry. After Stand By You, you're coming up with something and you become consistent in the industry.
There are other things in the offing. Yes, I definitely have other songs, a full album. Yeah, I do. I don't know if I want to be in the music industry for what it is known for, because I have so many other things going for me.
Okay.
I'm interested in research, I'm interested in helping communities, I'm interested in the girl child, I'm interested in mentoring. There's so many facets of my life. So
Okay.
I don't know how much of my life I want to put into music.
Wow, really?
But if music is going to be a driver for all the others, like, snooker, when you just, focus on one and then it hits, I get all, then fine. I'm
Okay,
ready to
let me
do
put
that.
it this way. At what age do you think you can back out of the music industry?
Ah, wow. That's a huge one. I don't know. I think for as long as it lends me breath, I think as long as I can breathe,
Yeah.
and as long as I can hit a note, I think I'll still be singing.
So you want to do it over and over
Over
again?
and over, yeah.
Like how many songs do you have in the pipeline right
I think now we have like 7.
Oh, really?
Yes, we do, inclusive of Stand By You. And I think we just want to see how this goes during this period. The lockdown is easing off really, slowly and all that. So we want to see how that goes during this period, and then we know where to take off from afterwards.
What if this music experience a kind of boom, a progressive boom. And how do you manage your career, your lecturing career with the music industry? For example, you have lectures and you have tests to conduct and you have an international call offer to come and perform song. So how will you manage such? Are you going to drop your career, your lecturing career, and focus on music because it's really making way for you? And so how do you manage that?
The way I live my life personally, I live by his leading. So that question, I'm going to post it back up. When he wakes me up and he says, Yemi, leave that, then I know. So for now, I can't really say. I think I need to get to that point and then look inside and say, Lord, what do you say? And then I know where to move. Yeah, that's more like it.
Wow. So when you get to, but what if there's no time to it just come like tomorrow night, you maybe like the music fast? You don't know how far the music has traveled and somebody just a strange call. Okay, this is so I'm calling you, Dr. Yemi. Can you just come to America to perform this song? We love it and whatever.
Okay,
so
if it's a short term thing, if it's a short term thing, hey, who doesn't like adventure? Wow. I'll jump into it,
Not even in this
lockdown. But if it is a major, no. No, not in the lockdown, no. But I don't mind, that would be interesting. That would be something to, try out. Okay. But if it's something that's going to be a major shift, then that has to be something I have in his perspective, that this is what the Lord wants me to do, and then I'll be willing to do that.
Okay, good. Can you just give us a note of, a freestyle of Stand By You? Let's hear.
Maybe my favorite part of the song. I depend on you. I depend on you. I depend on you. I depend on you. It's you I depend on. I depend on. It's you I depend on you. It's you I depend on. I depend on. It's you I depend on you.
Wow, that is such a powerful contralto, and your type is actually rare in the music industry because when we have ladies with such powerful contralto, you see we give them special placement in the industry and in the choir, some song quartet, you having ladies quartet, okay, Dr. Yemi, you're taking the bars, the best part of the song, give me do, and you'll be able to pitch it.
I think it's fun because growing up, architecture, I've always been in the midst of a crowd or classroom, I might be the only female. When I started off for the first 2 years, I was the only female. So dealing with being different is something that I've always carried on with my life. Wow. So I think I really like being in culture also because there are very few women in there. And I like to push the guys off to their base. I like that.
Yeah, really interesting. So can you tell us how you've been able to marry your career? You're a lecturer, an academia, you are a mother, married, you are a businesswoman, then you have the music. How have you been able to marry these all things together?
Wow, that's a huge one because it's something that I'm doing continuously. The management, I think that is where the skill is, knowing which one should come first and which one should come second. So it's something that is ongoing right now. I'm surprised when people call me Superwoman. They call me Dr. EE, energy efficiency. I say,
Dr.
EE, one of my
energy
colleagues.
Efficiency.
Yeah, I said, you have so much energy and you're doing so much.
So we have Dr. EE in the studio right now, Dr. Energy Efficiency.
So it's like, so many things, but I think I just try to juggle the balls.
Okay.
And then I think grace is something you can't explain. It's something one has to experience. I think it's the grace of God that really gets me through. It's not by my working, it's just by grace.
Okay, Dr. Yemi, do you want to maintain do you want to have a special stage name? Because we have a lot of people coming up and they're having stage names and whatever, or you want to maintain your name, Yemi Oginni or Adeyemi Oginni or Dr. Yemi? How do you want to be?
I think I just want to be me. I just want to be me. Dr. Yemi or Adeyemi Oginni is fine by me. Yeah.
In short, how would you
in a short form? I think it's
form.
Dr. OG on Instagram.
Okay.
So maybe short for Oginni. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, it seems you're multi-talented. What other potentials do you have?
I draw. I draw a lot. Yeah, I draw. I do cartoons for my kids.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I do. I never really got into doing jingles, but it would have been something I would have liked to do, maybe for adverts and stuff like that. Yeah. So I draw. I design clothing. Yeah, I do. For designers, yeah, I did this myself.
For me too. Do you want to design for me? Like, I'll like it.
So designing. If I have another isolation period coming, I'll hit the tailoring studios.
Really?
Yes, I will, because I do a lot of sketching and stuff. So I think I would like to see how I could do with sewing. Yeah.
How far did your husband stand by you?
Oh wow!
During this period of the song production and all of that.
That's a big one. My husband is everything.
Tell us about him. Let's know about him. The man behind the camera, like the man behind the scene.
Adeyemi Oginni is everything. You just have to get married right. You have to get it right, or else you will never come out.
Wow.
Yes. For him, he always puts me on a platform to showcase me. He was the one that immediately I finished my PhD, he said, when are you releasing your album? It's like he puts tabs on me. When are you doing this? And so when we went to the studio the very first time, he held the kids for me for 4 hours. He was in the lobby there while I was in the studio. So you really need to have that supporting factor. You just have to in the partner that you have, or else you won't get anywhere. I'm very sure when I drop this single and I'm coming, he's like, what's the next thing? You know, he's here. He's like where you have a gardener that is pruning a flower and he's pruning it to make it blossom. That's my husband. He makes me. So if you see me, you gotta see him.
Wow, is that energy?
There.
The other energy that motivates the energy. You're boosting,
he told
you're
me
motivating.
he's the engine of the automobile.
Exactly. He's the engine of the automobile.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is really interesting and really good to know. How many children do you have?
3.
3 children. Wow.
3 and final.
3 and final.
Yes, please.
Okay, I thought we're in the era whereby you give birth to 12 and whatever.
No, that doesn't happen.
Oh, really?
3 is even it's quite maximum.
Really?
Yeah.
So they don't give birth to 12 anymore.
No,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen for career women.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So for those of you that are not married, you need to test marriage, man. It's really interesting when you have the good partner beside you. I told you your career will travel fast. So we're enjoying everything we're doing here right now in the studio. So Dr. Yemi, if people want to reach out to you on social media, how can they reach out to you? Can you give us your social media handles? Okay,
I'm Dr. OG on Instagram. You can reach me out on Facebook as Yemi Oginni Ni Odilaja. That's my maiden name, Ni Odilaja. And you could get Stand By You by Dr. OG on YouTube as well.
Okay, Stand By You?
Yeah.
On YouTube. So is there any other platform we can get Stand
It's
By
on
You?
Reverb Nation, it's on Band, most musical platforms these days. Yeah, it's on Reverb Nation, it's on so many others. You can get me on any one of them. Just make sure it's Stand By You by Dr. OG.
Okay. Okay, well, nice having you in the studio today. Really interesting time having you, and we believe when you have the next single released, we'll be in the studio again to work on it, and we'll do more and more and more and more. Stand by you.
Until I realize